But you mentioned young people. I think this book could be a great gift to young people as well, young women particularly, because we live in a world of social media insanity about external validation. And if people are enslaved by the idea of winning favor and approval on the outside by people because of the way they look or the roles they perform in their lives, acting in a particular way to stay in with your peers, all that kind of thing, there's a disconnection from yourself. It's like selling out on your own soul in the process. And so I really feel it's so relatable, the book, that we're talking about theories in a way now and about the understanding behind the book. But I want to emphasize something. It's really about a personal story, which goes into your journey. And I think that journey is so well communicated that people can find themselves in the story and find themselves out of their own story through your storytelling.
I think there's so much that we have in common, just from human experience.
Yeah.
And we have more in common than divides us, separates us, makes us different. So although the story in the book is mine, I hope that there is a lot within that is relatable on some level, that maybe you can look at more the emotions and the challenges within the book that I've described, and think I've faced those in different circumstances. My life circumstances probably are quite different, but the thoughts that have come up, the challenges that I've faced, the emotions that I've experienced, I think they're probably more similar from person to person, obviously, than our actual personal circumstances. But I think because we are all human beings, then we do have those emotional responses. And when we're challenged, we can feel that in the same way. I'm reading a book at the moment. It's Extraordinary by Stephen Gillen, who was in prison he was a category A prisoner in the UK, so the highest level of security.
Okay.
And he's describing how his life changed. And he actually grew up in Belfast for the first almost decade of his life. And that's where I'm from too. So,
and what era was he in? Was he in the era of the Troubles as well?
Yeah. He's the same age as my brother, pretty much.
Okay.
My brother, who's 3 years younger than me. So reading the book and thinking of my brother being another male, and then reading Stephen's story, it was like, whoa, there. But for the grace of God, could have been our family situation as well. But although the kind of start of his life, because it was in Belfast, had quite a few similarities to mine, he then goes on and he's in London later on, and he gets involved in gang and crime life. So that's very different from my experience, but yet he's very, very honest and talks about his experiences and the challenges emotionally that he went through because of all of that. And it's so relatable. And I think that even when somebody's situation on the surface of it is so different, as human beings, we can still read it and think, oh, yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I've experienced those challenges. I've experienced those dark moments. I've experienced those moments of what's it all about? And why am I here? And how the hell do I get myself from where I am now to where I want to be? Because they feel like they're going in completely the opposite directions. So I'm hoping that my book, as you say, is relatable and that people can read it and although maybe not identify with what the situations and circumstances I went through, but just relate to the emotions and the challenges and the questions and the existential stuff that we all go through.
I think there's no question about it. It's 100% relatable.